So I have a 10-year-old Mac Pro that I use for production of music and sounds, videos, even these YouTube videos that I make. The things that I don't really do with this Mac are gaming, unless it's a turn-based strategy 4X game like Civilization. Even some games that would be considered slightly more aged, like StarCraft 2, work on this as well. But most games would not run well on this system, let alone run at all. And it's not even just the fact that Mac's operating system doesn't really have good support for games. It's that this computer is now 10 years old and the components in it are quite dated. It had never really bothered me too much that my computer was incapable of doing other types of games, like perhaps adventure games or first-person shooter games, because I had an Xbox 360 and I was having a blast playing it, and I had a pretty positive outlook on the next generation of consoles that were going to be coming out. But after my short honeymoon period with the Xbox One, I was kind of desperate to find the next console that I had been deeply hoping for. And I kind of realized at that point that if I wanted something that was truly more advanced, I needed to build a PC and start entering into the realm of experimental beta versions of games, or maybe mods, or even things like VR. And about 3 years ago, I had accumulated all the parts, components, and software I needed to build my first tower. And that ended in failure. I ruined my i5 Intel processor by not placing it into the slot right and clamping it down. I still have a hard time reliving that very expensive failure, but it happened. This failure crushed not only my wallet, but my confidence in being able to complete this task, as well as my hope for playing, decent games, because I was not going to be returning to that Xbox One unless it was to play Netflix. Mind that this was also before I found out about the Switch. That console is definitely the winner of that generation. But this rambling of my history brings us to today, where in this video I can document and announce that I finally completed my task that I started so many years ago. Here's an overview of my upgraded hub here. So I have my production computer sitting next to my gaming computer, which are now both connected to this new monitor that I have, which is 4K high frame rate with the G-Sync. So, super badass monitor, which is all connected to my audio system, which is directed through this monitor, so I can have multiple channels of audio running at different volumes. This new computer runs on Windows 10, and the hardware goes as follows. The processor is an Intel i9-9900KF, which is on the motherboard, which is a Strix Z390E Gaming. The GPU I chose is the RTX 2070 Super 8GB, and the RAM sticks I picked out, Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro 16GB. And then the final piece of hardware that gives all of this the full potential to actually work is the Acer Nitro 27-inch UHD 1 millisecond delay 144Hz full G-Sync monitor display. This thing is quite incredible. But now this is where the point of the video comes in. I want to know where I have failed in this success. What are there better pieces of hardware, better components, a better buy for something that I could have achieved? Where did I fail in this building of this computer, and what can I have done better? Another question would be, how can I accessorize, improve, or upgrade this PC even further? Internal sound cards, or maybe another PCI upgrade? Because of this cool new technology and hardware, I now have to think about how to video capture higher resolution and higher frame rates. So I've also thought about maybe expanding with a second dedicated video card. Right now, currently, I'm running a stock Intel heatsink on it. So the third question would be, what heatsinks do you guys use or recommend? This is truly an exciting time for me, not to just complete one task that I had set for myself, but to be reunited with one of my favorite hobbies, at least the more deeper parts of the hobby. Where one task ends, a quest begins. Now that I've completed this gaming computer of mine, I need to fit it into a game room, a place capable of hosting for example, a LAN party, or maybe a space for VR. I think this is a good goal to work at, and I also have political support from the family members within my house. And to give myself a kick in the right direction, I'll give myself a goal of being done by May. So with any luck, I'll be done in 5 years.